Welcome to Worldwide Technology Raceway, also known as Gateway, site of tonight's Frisbie Racing Truck Series presented by the Wanted Goons. See the Shenandoah Shine 32 points leader Garrett Wolfenbarger heading out for his qualifying attempt. Qualifying just getting underway. Drivers have 5 minutes to try to set their quickest lap. And he had 2 shots at it. See the 32 on his warm-up. One of the first 2 trucks to the start-finish line, along with Casey Graves. We're talking in chat about beaches and Delaware. Just so you know, John, it's kind of true. The farther south you go, the better the beaches get. So, Ocean City is better than Delaware, and I have to tell you, keep going south because as you go down, it gets even better and better. Virginia Beach is better than Ocean City. North Carolina is better than any Virginia beach. South Carolina is better than any North Carolina beach. It's just the way it is. My favorite beaches are in Florida. Lap times are starting to come in. Thomas Green's first lap, good enough for the top spot so far. The whole top 5 with the lap down. Still have another lap to go. Let's go back to was points leader Wolfenbarger, but apparently he had an issue on lap 2. So he won't get a second lap in. Thomas Green, we'll see if he can extend the lead in that Mike Skinner throwback. He does go quicker on the second lap with our first lap under 33 seconds, a 32.96. Lucas Oisa, first lap 33.12. See if he can get down under the 33 second mark. Now we have a issue. Broadcast network went down for a brief moment. Hopefully everyone made it back. Travis Martin, playoff contenders, jumped up to the second spot in that number 63. And then Lucas Oisma immediately jumps over him. Lucas goes to P2. Highest playoff contender. Wolfenbarger sits on the pit lane. Seems most trucks have completed their qualifying run that are going to put him in. Mullins out on his second lap along with Matt Benke. Keep an eye on playoff contender Cliff Mullins, see if he can move up. Those watching the football game, Bengals are up now 7-zip. Thanks, John. We got John reporting for us from the game tonight. Cliff across the line. Does improve up to 11th. Moves up the leaderboard a bit. No time down for Dave Hoytsman. Scott Rankin, Jake Lawrence. Still plenty of time to get your laps in, so they're heading out on track. Both of them put in their first laps, and it showed me quite a number there. It was not true. It showed me Jake Lawrence went down to 32. I was like, hang on. And then it adjusted to a 33. Daytona Beach all the time is great. I love Daytona. Myrtle is great, though. But yeah, Daytona's better. Just in my experience. Scott Rankin back to the line. See if he can pick up on that 33.8. Puts down a 33.07. Moves all the way to 3rd. Nice effort there out of the number 60. Wanted Goons forward. Check in Jeremy Scherer. He might have time to get 1 lap down. He won't get them both in. What up, Zaria? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope everyone's having a delightful Thursday night. We're going to do some official racing after this race if you want to hang out with us all night long. Hopefully the sound commands will be working, the music, Spotify commands will be working, all that good stuff. Scherer completes a lap. Puts in 15th quick with a 33.58. I don't think he has time to make it back around for second lap. But we'll stick with him anyway because it's just him and Matt Benke out on track. Max getting some extra practice in. Same with the 32. He's been having some wheel issues, so I think he's getting extra practice. Scott Rankin out there getting extra laps in. But the one on an actual timed lap is the 15, but he is not going to make it back to the line in time as qualifying will expire right meow, and that'll be it. What a tease. About 100 feet from the line, not even. Thomas Green is your pole sitter in the number 3. Former Xfinity Series champ in SRL. Let's see if he's hanging out down in the voice channels. Hopefully we can get a quick word with our pole sitter. There he is. Let's jump in his team. Thomas, Yeah, you got to push the button here. Thomas, DG, you got a copy?
What's up, man?
Not a whole lot. You put down a pretty sporty lap there. Only truck. And, well, okay, now I have to actually be in Discord and hold down a button, so I'm going to try and fix this. You give me 2 hot seconds, all right?
All right.
All right, is that better?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, anyway, you had a pretty sporty lap there. The only truck under 33 seconds. How did we get that done and pick up the pole tonight?
Just remember...
I think it helps that not too long ago I did a league here, and it was my only win of the season. So I think that's something about this track and then the trucks. I think it's just great. I love it. Really flowy track for me. My home track's New Hampshire, so this reminds me a lot of that track. And something about them flat tracks I really like. I don't know why, but that I kind of pulled out of where. I don't really know where the 9 came from, but just put the foot down on that loud pedal and got to rolling.
10-4, well, you did a great job picking up the pole tonight. Seems like the flat tracks just kind of suit your driving style, sounds like to me. Congrats on the pole position tonight. We'll see if we're talking to you at the end of 130 laps at Gateway.
Absolutely, man. Do you like the name I made for this channel?
The name of the channel is Planet Sim We Love DG. That's for those of you that can't read it. It's fantastic. And I like it's We Love DG and it's just you in here.
Yeah. Well,
where's Jarrett?
He wasn't cool enough to hang out tonight.
Miserable. All right.
Yeah.
Good luck tonight. Oh, I did want
you.
to ask, is it a Mike Skinner throwback or is it a Dale throwback?
Mike Skinner.
Hell yeah.
95.
My man. All right, bud. Congrats.
Thank you, man.
Thomas Green starting on pole, and the Mike Skinner throwback confirmed. I know a lot of people say, no, it's just a Dale truck, but you see the name above the window. Mike Skinner on that truck. So there you go. 1995. I think it was the second Super Truck season. It was fun to watch him back then. Anyway, Thomas Green going to be your pole sitter. That number 3 Goodwrench truck. Lucas Hoisman starts on the outside in the 712, breaks forward F-150. Scott Rankin in the 61 and Goons Ford starts in the 3rd spot. Travis Martin, the Ghostman Ford, starts in 4th. Quinn Newton, the 712 breaks Chevrolet, rolls off in the 8th spot. Casey Graves, the True Speed Toyota, will start in 6th. Garrett Wolfenbarger made it in here in the last second. He'll start 7th in his Shenandoah Shine truck. He's been having issues with his wheels, so keep an eye on that. Daniel Llewellyn, 712 brake Chevy, starts in 8th. Brad Wilson, Shenandoah Shine Ford in 9th. Jake Lawrence, the Ghost Energy Toyota in 10th. Gatlin Downey in the Double Quick Chevrolet starts in 11th. Zach Marterson in the Gamer Sup Chevy in 12th. Cliff Mullen, AC Racing Graphic Chevrolet in 13th. Andrew Beach Sidepipe Chevy 14th. Jeremy Scher, the Nickelodeon Chevy in 15th. Matt Menke in the Midwest Amtrak Chevy in 16th. TJ Floyd, the U.S. Air Force Chevy in 17th. Then you have Dave Hoisman, the 712 Brakes Very Patriotic Chevrolet in 18th. And JR Deal, the Cave City Roleplay Toyota 19th. 19 trucks set to do battle here at Gateway. 130 laps. No fast repairs. Playoff indicators on the scoreboard underlined by orange. Also the 05 of Gatlin Downey, because his underline doesn't work with that 0 at the front. We tried. On track, you see him with the orange banners across the windshield, the rear spoiler. Green flag out in the air as Barney gets us started. Heading into turn number 1, Thomas Green, Lucas Hoytsma, Scott Rankin, and Travis Martin in tow. 1 Chevrolet followed by 3 Fords up at the front. You have Quinn Newton, Casey Graves, Daniel Llewellyn. Quinn Newton is going to get out of shape coming out of turn number 2, as is Jeremy Scher. Both those trucks spin to the inside harmlessly. No caution as they're off the racing surface. We'll see if they're able to get those trucks back going again. Hopefully they'll stay on the lead lap and try to catch a caution. Yeah, that turn 2 exit can catch you out in a hurry, and obviously caught 2 of our drivers here. Early in the run, the cold tires, the air pressures are not quite built up yet. And you can lose a little bit of traction on corner exit if you stomp on it too hard. This time through, much better off. Got to kind of be ginger on that first lap. We did not see that much. Wolfenbarger battling 68 of Jake Lawrence. Wolfenbarger started 7th. He's currently battling Lawrence. Lawrence trying to take 8th away on the outside. And does so. Now Margerson going to look inside. Those 3 trucks look way too similar. All black and red trucks with playoff banners on them. We got somebody in the grass back here. It may have been Dave Hoytsman, the 17. Everyone else still going. So yeah, Daddy Dave got a little bit in the grass. Let's see if we can see what happened to the 79. Across the start finish, heading down to turn number 1. He's behind JR Deal. Loses the back end on entry. A little brake bias issue there as the truck gets all kind of sideways on him into the corner. Out front, Thomas Green, Lucas Heusma, Travis Martin, and Scott Rankin, your top 4. Casey Graves, last truck in that top 5. Then Brad Wilson, Daniel Wallen, Jake Lawrence, Garrett Wolfenbarger, Gatlin Downey, the top 10. Jake trying to put a move on Daniel for the 7th spot. Here comes Wolfenbarger back to the outside of Jake Lawrence. He'll sweep around that 68 Toyota, and a little bit of out of shape for the 68 coming out of 4. He does a good job saving it, but he's going to lose several spots. Jake Lawrence was wrapping that inside lane, had the left side tires on the rumble strip, and it did not like that on corner exit. Back in, snapped around. Did a great job saving the truck. Drops to 14th. Cliff Mullins trying to put a move on back there on Margison. This is for 10th. Working lap 5 of 130. Now watch this. I'm going to pull Andrew Beach's crew chief for a hot sec. Trent,
so bad.
Trent.
Hi.
What's the fuel number? Ish.
32.
All right, good luck.
See, I messed up. I accidentally clicked Cliff's name instead of Andrew, so I'm suffering from a delay. This ain't going good.
Oh no. All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Trenton clicked the wrong name to join. He's supposed to be spotting for that 71, but apparently he has had to run on a delay and try to spot for him now because he clicked the wrong truck coming in. That's awkward. Thomas Green well out in front. Lucas Heusma, Travis Martin, Scott Rankin, top 5 unchanged. Daniel Wallen under heavy pressure from Garrett Wolfenbarger. Wolfenbarger having some wheel issues, we understand. The team reported before the race. We also saw him earlier this week have the wheel completely die on him and cause a wreck at Talladega. Wolfenbarger riding behind the 23 of Wallen. Let's see Gatlin Downey there in 9th, Martinson in 10th. A lot of playoff trucks littered all throughout the top 10. And there you go, Wolfenbarger to the inside of the 23 of Daniel Wallen. He will complete the move as those Chevrolets trade spots. Hopefully there is no Chevrolet collusion there to move the playoff Chevy ahead of the non-playoff Chevy. And a little contact from Daniel Wallen into the back of Wolfenbarger.
Okay.
Hearing okay on the radio there. I was wondering if there's going to be any chirping after that one. Interesting. Thomas Green, a 1 second lead now over Lucas. Not used to seeing anybody put a 1 second lead on Lucas. Now Travis Martin, Scott Rankin, Casey Graves, Chevrolet, 3 Fords, and a Toyota. Scott Rankin way up the hill in that number 60. Should give him a decent run down the straightaway at least, but not the ideal line. Wilson now has his teammate Wolfenbarger closing in. Shenandoah shines 6th and 7th. Got a less than second between them and dropping, so Wolfenbarger is closing in for that. Jeremy Scher and Quinn Newton, they're battling for 18th. Let's show them off. Why not? Saw they were side by side. Scher on that inside line, the white, green, and orange Nickelodeon truck. Quinn Newton, you saw him nose into the inside wall. Kind of impressed his truck's still able to run so well. That's a lot of front end damage. But they're out there battling. Still in the lead lap. Hoping for a caution so they can catch back up, fix some damage, get back to the rest of the field. They both spun out of turn 2 on lap number 1 in separate incidents. Llewellyn putting them pressure, well, Gatlin Downey putting the pressure on Daniel Llewellyn and getting around the outside. Daniel now falls into the grasp of Zach Margison. Cliff Mullins right there behind the 55. Peeks the nose out across the start-finish line. Yeah, 5 trucks under a blanket there, 4 of them in the playoffs. "13 laps of 130. 10% of the way. Shout out our friend Ziwadi Bama. Travis Martin a half second back. Scott Rankin another half. Casey another half. They're all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brad Wilson, teammate Wolfenbarger closing in. Wolfenbarger, the points leader, coming in. Take a quick look at those points. Hopefully it's the right ones. Nope, it's Xfinity. You think I ought to fix that by now. Apparently it is a reference point, and every time I change one, it changes the other. Not useful. We can tell you. Wolfenbarger came in here with 11:09, 5 points up on Lucas Hoytsma in second. He's 22 points over the cut line, which is Andrew Beach. Beach came in 6 points behind 4th place Casey Graves. Right now Beach runs 12th. Casey Graves up in 5th, so Graves kind of extending that lead at the moment. Should he stay there when we pay out points at the halfway mark and at the end of the race. Halfway tonight will be at the end of lap 65. So far we've been green. Cliff Mullins battling the 55. Margison's gotten side by side. Margison, one of the hardest guys in SRL to pass. Cliff Mullins, well, he's another one of those, so it'll be fun to watch these two battle. So Wallen's fallen back to 12th now. He's running up in 7th at one point. The 3 playoff contenders battling it out here. Gatlin Downey, Zach Martison, Cliff Mullins, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Martison's going to look to the inside of Downey, going down the backstretch into 3. This corner much wider than the other end. 2 very different turn radiuses here at Gateway. If you've never looked at the track map, it kind of looks like Darlington, where one end is wide, the other end is narrow, but they are much less banked. Much flatter corners. Margison not able to get Downey. Now Mullins trying to get Margison. Mullins going to try to get them both. Gets to the inside of Gatlin Downey and corner entry into 3. See if he can keep that truck pinned down and get enough speed off the corner. Might be able to have him clear. Downey keeps his foot in it. Keeps that nose on the outside of Mullins. Not wanting to give up the track position just yet. So we start lap number 20. Down in the corner. Mullins has him clear. See if he drifts up to take that track position. And there you go. Mullins takes over 8th spot. Oh, Jake Lawrence out of shape. 68 in the background. Gets out of shape coming out of turn number 2. So far hasn't hit anything. He'll have some asphalt here to get him a little bit straighter. Gets onto the other asphalt and he'll stay going in the correct direction. He'll drop it down on the apron though. I don't think he wants to ride around. Hope for a caution. Dave Hoytsman, by the way, has gone to the pit lane. Maybe even left the race. Don't see him anymore. Looking for Quinn Newton. I think the 88's also called it a night. Jake Lawrence has now hit the pit lane. Jeremy Scherer picks up the spot as a result. Scherer moves up to 16th. So that is big for the playoffs, as Dave Hoytsma was one of our contenders for those playoff positions. He is out of the race, 19th tonight. Blake Giglio not here. He'll stay 12th. And Dave Hoytsma probably going to join him down in that direction of the field. Lucas 2.28 back. Travis Martin, another second back. Field's starting to spread out a little bit towards the front at least. Still got some battling back here. Daniel Wall and TJ Floyd. His 12th place battle. Even a little net code there. They weren't quite touching, but it looked like they were. Now they're going to make more contact off the corner. Fortunately, everyone gets it settled out. That could have been bad. Meanwhile, Margison and Andrew Beach. This is for the last spot in the top 10. A lot of people not a fan of gateways, so we don't have a big field tonight, and I don't think the drivers will have a lot of patience once they fall behind. Oh, Andrew Beach really had to cut the truck down not to get into Margison's left rear quarter.
It's okay.
Have to regroup and try again. Wolfenbarger had caught all the way up to Brad Wilson. He's actually faded a little bit since then. These are kind of settled down for now. Most of the gaps are 5 seconds or half second or more. Beach and Margison's about the closest battle we have. 71 and 55. Right on board with the side pipe Chevy. Really kept it low on corner exit. Margison using all of the track. See up ahead, Gatlin Downey and Cliff Mullins. They're all playoff trucks. Big gap ahead of Cliff. So he gets Casey Graves in 7th. And right behind Beach, TJ Floyd. It's another one of our playoff trucks. So really, we got him from 5th to 12th are all playoff trucks. Across the straight. 25 complete. Lap number 26. It's one of my favorite. TJ Floyd right on that back tailgate. About a truck length and a half maybe between them. Heard him lose the back end there coming off the corner though. That'll allow Beach to get a little bit of breathing room. Coming out of turn number 4, back onto the front stretch. A little high there on corner exit for the 49. Across the stripe. Let's take a lap around. It's the very narrow groove here down in 1 and 2 end. The turn radius much tighter than the other end of the racetrack. You got to get it woed down. Sometimes you can even shift there. I think he did. Sound like TJ Floyd was down in 3rd, shifted up to 4th there. Get down into this end of the racetrack. 3 and 4 is much wider. You'll keep it in 4th for the most part, so maybe very late in the run. Gas it up there. Nice and tidy. See how flat it is though. Not a lot of banking at Gateway. Here the downshift as he enters the corner. And that's probably why we're seeing that back end step out on him on corner exit, keeping it in 3rd and make that truck jump sideways. Let's go on board with Andrew Beach, see if he's shifting. Riding right behind Margison. I think he's shifting on both ends. That's what it sounded like there anyway. Let's see. Go down into 1. Definite downshift there. Gets way low compared to Margison. There's the upshift. He upshifted early to try and not spin the back tires. That's a good way to try to keep your rear tires from melting off the truck. He does downshift at 3 and 4, so there's the difference between the 71 and the 49 behind him. We're getting shifted on both ends of the track for the 71 as he tries to make the move here on the 55. Zach Margison. Down into turn number 1, side by side. Beach keeps it wrapped right around the inside lane. Margison keeps it with the momentum on the exit. Meanwhile, Wolfenbarger and Wilson, 5th place. They change positions there, so Wilson drifting back a little bit. You see the back end of that Ford truck, all kinds of out of shape. Casey Graves is right there in the Ford to try to get to his inside. Not able to get it done just yet. We'll go back here again. TJ Floyd now. His Beach fell off of Margison. TJ Floyd closed in on Andrew Beach. So the battle from 6th to 7th is pretty tight, and the battle from 9th to 12th is pretty tight. A couple of 4-packs we're watching here. So we pass the quarter mark. Bring it back up here. Scott Rankin running 4th. Just ahead of Wolfenbarger, Wilson, and Graves. Rankin, of course, not a playoff truck, but Wolfenbarger, Wilson, and Graves are. Your leader out front, Thomas Green, was up by over 2 seconds. Now it's down to 1.5 seconds, so Hoytsman's made a little bit of progress. And CTC 712 breaks forward. Travis Martin, 2.5 back in 3rd. Strong run for his playoffs. Scott Rankin sits 4th. Garrett Wolfenbarger 5th. And Brad Wilson, Casey Graves, Cliff Mullins, Gatlin Downey, and Zach Margison. TJ Floyd all over the back of Andrew Beach. He's going to make the move down to the inside. See if he can make it stick. Beach overdrives the entry a little bit. And TJ Floyd tried to gas it up early. He had to check up as he almost ran into Beach. Be advantage Beach off the corners. Casey Graves hits the pit lane, the 4 truck. I try to click on him, and everyone passes him. There he is. Promise you he's on the pit lane. Casey Graves pitting. First of our trucks to pit intentionally and not have crash damage. We had heard 34 was about the mark. And there's Casey Graves hitting the pit lane. See who's next. Reach lap 35. $40 seconds total. 4 tires stop for Casey Graves. He'll come back out in 16th. As Jake Lawrence, Quinn Newton, and Dave Hoytsma have given up on the race. They will finish 17th, 18th, and 19th. Casey Graves does go 1 lap down. Looking for Lucas. There he is. Disappeared for a minute. Remember, you have to take the access road to pit. Do believe, anyway. Drivers are super focused. Not saying a whole lot. Unusual for drivers to not say much. All the way back through the field, there's Jeremy Scherer. 14 seconds behind him is Casey Graves, who has completed his first cycle of stops. In and out, no penalty. 40 seconds total on the pit lane. Here comes race leader Thomas Green as Lucas Hoytsma stays out to lead a lap. Thomas Green hits the pit lane. Lucas stays out. Travis Martin stays out. Take over the top spots. We'll let you know total times on Thomas Green. Looks like Cliff Mullins, 37 truck. Pits on lap 37. That'll be the third of our contenders tonight to pit on this cycle. Check in on the 3. There he is. Right side's going on. Wait for the crew to sweep around. Left side will pop up. There you go. Left side tires being put on that 3 Silverado. And down and away. 4 tire stop. 14.7. They total time of 40.1 on the pit lane. Looks like Lucas comes down the next time by. And he'll bring Travis Martin with them, along with Garrett Wolfenbarger and Brad Wilson. So lap 38. Lots of pit stops. Scott Rankin stays out. Looks like Gatlin Downey also. Rankin not in the playoff fight, but he is out there probably going to get himself a lap led. Him definitely downshifting on this end. Late in the run, that's not too surprising to see him downshift at both ends. The 15 of Scherer is in. You've been green since the start. 38 laps and counting at Gateway. Check in Gatlin Downey in second. TJ Floyd hits the pit lane out of third. Matt Benke's coming down as well in fourth. And that'll complete the cycle. Everyone will have pit, and once these two of Rankin and Downey hit the pit lane. Last two standouts. Downey's coming this time by, so it leaves just Scott Rankin. Downey brings a double quick Chevrolet onto the access road. Check in on Scott Rankin. Trucks unlapping themselves as they sweep by. Casey Graves has unlapped himself. The next one up to do that is Travis Martin. Scott's giving him the inside. Plenty of room to get by. Leader stays out another lap. Can he cut a pit stop out? That would be crazy. But I think that's what he's trying to do. I believe he'd have to make it about 43, 44. He'd have to go 44 in at least one of the runs. Probably not this one because he had the extra pace laps. And you see him getting down to the inside. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He pits here. It's a little too early to cut out a stop. He thought about it, Hunter. He did. He's a little short. He'd have to go 43, 43, and 44 to make it. He's coming down at 41. Touchdown at the start of the second quarter for the Ravens. 7-7 tie score there. If you're keeping track of the Thursday Night Football.
Go ahead here.
That'll give the lead back to Thomas Green. Thomas's advantage over Lucas Huysma is a staggering 4.5 seconds now. Lucas Huysma over Travis Martin. It's like all drivers had a clean stop, no penalties. So good job there. As long as current truck on pit lane, Scott Rankin, in and out clean. So yeah, no penalties for anybody. He'll come out right ahead of Cliff Mullins. Run through the lineup now that our first cycle of green flag stops complete. Thomas Green leads by 4 seconds over Lucas Huysma. Another 3.5 back to Travis Martin in third. Casey Graves rides fourth in the True Speed Toyota. Garrett Wolfenbarger in fifth. You have a bit of a gap back to Brad Wilson riding in the sixth spot. Let's go back and see if Wolfenbarger's putting those moves on. Try to get that fourth spot from Graves. There he goes to the inside, heading into turn number 3. Wolfenbarger a little bit fresher tire by about 4 laps. Sends it in there and passes the 4. Takes over the 4th spot. Continue back through the field. Scott Rankin ahead of Cliff Mullins, 7th and 8th. Zach Martison 9th. Andrew Beach 10th. You have J.R. Deal running 11th. TJ Floyd 12th. And Gatlin Downey, playoff contender, in 13th. They're all running right there together. Deal, Floyd, and Downey. Downey has the freshest tires of those 3. See if he can use those to his advantage and pass the 2 ahead. Daniel Llewellyn now runs 14th. Matt Benke 15th. And Jeremy Scherer started out spinning on lap 1. Hasn't caught a caution yet, so 1 lap down, 16th. Not the night he was hoping for sure. Truck should be able to make it to halfway and get the playoff points, stage points, all that good stuff. Comes with halfway. The top 10 will pick up points. Thomas Green and the Mike Skinner throwback continues to dominate this race. 4-second lead. So he's catching Daniel Llewellyn, 14th place truck, to put about a second and a half ahead. Won't be much longer until Daniel is being threatened to go off the lead lap. Lucas Huysma, CTC Race Network Ford, having a clean night tonight. I'm sure he's excited about that. He's had kind of a rough week. I think a green flag race would kind of suit him, to be honest. Travis Martin, Ghostman, riding in third. I know Travis likes these tire strategy kind of races. He's usually pretty good at them. And here comes Wolfenbarger, not too far behind, less than a second now. Wolfenbarger to Travis Martin. They pit on the same lap, so they've got equal tire. That's Casey Graves riding in 5th. He was one of the first ones to the pit lane. So he's now got the oldest tires and going to start paying the price as he drifts back. Already been passed by Wolfenbarger. And there he is, offering up the pass to Wilson. Wilson charges the corner and takes away the 5th spot. Shenandoah Shine 4th and 5th at the moment. True Speed Toyota for Casey in 6th, and Scott Rankin rides in 7th. Cliff Mullins in 8th. About 2 seconds behind Scott. Scott has much fresher tires than everyone by about 3 laps, except for Gatlin Downey. Definitely all the trucks ahead of Scott are on 4-lap older tires or more. So he could be looking to move up as this run continues. Looking for battles. We still got this going on. JR Deal, Gatlin Downey, TJ Floyd, 11th, 12th, 13th. Deal just ahead of our 2 playoff contenders, Downey and Floyd. Ooh, Gatlin and Floyd both hit the wall coming out of third 4. That was not planned. Definitely cost TJ Floyd a lot of time. See the gap now to Floyd and Llewellyn. And there is the leader behind Llewellyn. Thomas Green putting on a clinic so far tonight. And Mike Skinner's throwback. 50 down, 80 to go. Let's ride with our race leader and hear what his shifting pattern is early in the tire run. Only 14 laps on him. He definitely gets the engine high revs coming up off of turn 2. No downshift at this point in the run. In turns 3 and 4. Stayed in 4th gear all the way around. There's the downshift into 1. Try to get a run on Llewellyn here and set up the pass. There goes Daniel Wallen, 14th place truck, going 1 lap down. So we have been green since the start of this race. Drivers had not have a moment to take a caution, take a break. I'm sure they would love that right about now. Especially as Daniel just went a lap down, he can get the lucky dog. Bad news for Matt Benke, though. Still looking for battles. Not a whole lot to talk about. Still got these two going at it. Gatlin Downey and TJ Floyd. And then you got Matt Benke and Jeremy Scherer starting to develop. That's for 15th. Between the Amtrak and Nickelodeon machines. See them there just behind Lucas Huiso. That would have been the lucky dog spot had Daniel not gone a lap down. And you see behind these 3, that was Thomas Green in the background, the race leader, the black truck. Black and silver. Creeping in on these 3. They're going to be desperate to try and stay on that lead lap. JR Deal gets way up out of the groove. Gatlin Downey try to take advantage. TJ Floyd pushing Gatlin Downey past JR Deal. That was pretty funny. Floyd seeing that leader in the background says, "Get going." JR Deal will keep that momentum up in the high lane. If those two stay side by side, it'd be hard for the 3 to find a way around. And that could allow Lucas to start cutting into that 3.5 second lead Thomas Green has. And JR Deal a little wobbly out of turn number 2. Allows TJ Floyd to clear, and here comes race leader Thomas Green to put JR Deal down a lap in 13th. 12 trucks remain on lead lap, and 2 of them are in danger. TJ Floyd and Gatlin Downey are just ahead of our leader. Tend to go to halfway. Only tight battle in the top 10. Wolfenbarger kind of close to the Ghost Man. That's about it up front. But the drivers are hoping we throw a halfway caution. Unfortunately, that's not a thing here. Race leader Thomas Green staring down the back of that 49, trying to put TJ Floyd down one lap. See him get kind of high in the middle, then straighten out the corner a lot more than the two trucks ahead of him. A little more patience on the throttle, stays right around the bottom. It's a green flag since the start, Scott. You haven't missed a thing. Scherer and Newton spun on lap 1, but off the surface. Jake Lawrence got a bit out of shape and headed to the pit lane. We're watching dominance by Thomas Green. He's going to look to the inside now. TJ Floyd. Wrap the inside around 3 and 4, and he will put TJ Floyd in 12th. One lap down. Next one up, Gatlin Downey. Back to Wolfenbarger. He's still inching in on that 63 of Travis Martin. He wants to go for that third spot. Points leader coming in at 32 of Wolfenbarger. Race clicking by in a hurry. Tends to happen when you have no cautions. This is a battle for position. Scherer and Benke, 35 and 15. And before the 15th spot. Just behind them, that's the battle for third. And this is just a battle to stay on the lead lap. The 05 Gatlin Downey praying for a caution. So far, doesn't look like he's going to get it. Not a lot of close battles going on. Thomas Green down to the inside. 11th place Gatlin Downey. Green's been so good around the bottom of 3 and 4. Downey comes away off the wall, gives the number 3 of Green a bit of a scare. A little bit of contact. They'll stay side by side. Gatlin Downey does not want to go a lap down. Once again, almost a full truck width off the wall. Everything going right for Thomas Green, but while he's been battling this 05, he's lost almost a full second to Lucas Weitzman. Still has to contend with the 05 Gatlin Downey. He does not want to give it up, and why would he? Just 3 to go till halfway. End of lap 65. We give away those points, and finally Thomas Green clears the 05. I don't think he's going to move up out of fear of the 05 getting into the back bumper. He leaves it open. Now he moves up, knowing that the 05 doesn't have the run. There's the gap, Wolfenbarger to Martin. About a half second. TJ Floyd, Gatlin Downey. Taylor Wilder, JR Deal. That's the 13th place battle. Cliff Mullins had an issue in the 37. What happened to Cliff? I think his right front's got an issue. Cliff's coming to the pit lane. I think his right front's broke. Yeah, that truck not turning the way he needs it to. That is going to be heavily impactful for the 37. Let's see what happens. He's already broke it there. Oh, it disappears. For a while. And then it reappears broken. Okay, we have no idea what happened to Cliff. That is not good for him. Thomas Green on the halfway lap down the backstretch into 3. We may have to run this stage in trigger a few times because this field is so spread out. But we'll get it started. Thomas Green out of turn number 4 will win halfway. Give himself 10 points, even though he's not running for the full season. Lucas Heusel will pick up 9 points. That's great for his playoffs. Travis Martin, he'll pick up 8 points. Wolfenbarger 7. Brad Wilson 6. Casey Graves will pick up 5. Scott Rankin 4. We'll wait a while for Margison. Margison some 14 seconds back. And here we go.
Always waiting on me.
Marchson gets 3 points there. Andrew Beach, he'll pick up 2. Gatlin Downey will get 1. And that is how the stage points are awarded halfway. Congrats to those drivers picking up points for their season. Gap between Rankin and Margison is insane. It's like 14.5 seconds.
Do you want the inside or the outside for turn 1 here?
With Cliff's damage.
Outside, please. Thank you.
Cliff, I don't know if he's coming back out on track. He's currently 4 laps down, fixing damage for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Figured he would take a fast repair and get back out there, but I forgot they don't have one in this, so it's heavy damage and probably a meatball for Cliff Mullins, and probably at least 8 minutes of damage repair. That's brutal for his playoffs. Right before halfway, too, and he was in position to get one of those halfway points. So Thomas Green now has 2.5 seconds on Lucas. Lucas has TJ Floyd, Gatlin Downey ahead of him before he can get to the race leader. Now he also has Beach in there, but Beach wouldn't hold him up. TJ Floyd letting Lucas through. Yeah, you can hit the right side wall pretty hard and not bring out a caution as long as your truck's still forward and rolling. That looks like to be what happened to Cliff, be my best guess. We didn't get to see it on visuals, obviously. Unfortunate. You can ask. Cliff, what happened?
I don't fucking know.
I don't either. We couldn't see it. You were there for 1 minute, and then you weren't, and then your truck was fucked.
It made the fucking noise like something disconnected, and it just went fucking straight. So I got no fucking idea. Thank you.
Lovely. All right, sir. Sorry about that.
Yep.
There's a report from the 37. Obviously highly pissed off at whatever disconnected. Could have been his USBs. Could have been his wheel. Could have been a number of things. Apparently, a momentary disconnect in the drive line for that 37 truck sent him into the outside wall hard with the right front, broke it, got a meatball. Now he sits on pit lane getting repairs. Cliff clearly got abducted, says Ryan File. Dave says, for some reason this was bothering my bad arm tonight. Couldn't keep it going. That's the reports of the 79 camp and why Dave is out of the race in 19th. Sorry to hear about your shoulder, sir. Hopefully you're on the mend at least. Lap 72 of 130. Less than 60 to go. 58. Gatlin Downey, Andrew Beach are trying to battle one another right ahead of Lucas Heusma. Lucas probably hoping they don't get side by side so he can get around them first. Like Beach coming to the pit lane. 71 truck pulls it hard left onto the access road. Going to be a 3-stop race, so he figures let's pit it now. Someone just ahead of him. That may have been Lucas. No, Lucas on track. Thomas Green, that's who it was. Thomas Green in the Goodwrench truck decided it's time to pit. Brings it down the pit lane. Travis Martin, Lucas Heusma, Garrett Wolfenbarger all stay out. Brad Wilson as well. Scott Scott sounds like he's clutching it. Scott would have to make it so far to cut out a stop, though. He, what, 44 and 43 is about what he'd have to go. So put those together, it's a lot. 87? Here you go, at least 87. 13 more laps. It's a tall task. Late in the run, lots of downshifting going on in 3 and 4 now. You can hear it clearly there on Margison's truck. If you're looking for battles, well, JR Deal, Daniel Llewellyn. Oh, that was 32 in the grass. Wolfenbarger had a bit of an interesting corner pit lane entry there. Let's go check it out. Yeah, way over the access road. Fortunate not to spin it out. Probably cost him a little bit of time. Not ideal entry there for the 32. We have Wolfenbarger and Hoytsma on the pit lane. Now we'll have all kinds of different strategies going on. Here's Travis Martin peeling it off the banking onto the even flatter access road. He overdrives it just like the 32. Fortunately, he doesn't spin it either. JR Deal in the background in the 9 pitting as well. Travis going to be kicking himself about that one. Lost him a couple of seconds there. Brad Wilson, Shenandoah Shine truck hits the pit lane, and there goes Scott Rankin around the outside. He will pick up the lap lead there. And back out front for the Wannagoons Ford, Scott Rankin. See if he's able to save the fuel and make it to that lap 87 or not. Didn't save enough in the first run, so he'll have to save a ton the second run. He went 41 that first run. Thomas Green already in and out of the pits. Comes back out in second. Only 13 seconds behind Scott. That is not good for Scott if he's actually trying to cut that stop out. Even if he does, Thomas Green will be coming. Keeping an eye on the times on the pit lane. So far, everyone clean. A few trucks still to pit, including the Scott Rankin truck. TJ Floyd looks like he's coming down now. And you have Daniel Llewellyn. He's also coming down right now. Gatlin Downey, he's rolling off the pit lane.
You good?
Those are the ones that still needed to stop. That leaves it up to the 60, Scott Rankin. He definitely needs to make it to at least 86. And then he'll probably be able to replicate this run on that run and make it. That's still 8 laps away, and that is huge. I just don't see it happening. Been 36 laps since he pit, now 37. You hear that truck completely quiet. Problem is he's got another 50 to go. There is a caution on the racetrack.
Like that.
Who did it? Gatlin Downey spins it out to the inside, rolls it into the grass, and stops it, then drives it back on the track. I didn't see anything super egregious. No, didn't see him intentionally trigger a caution. He locks it down, rolls it in the grass like we saw trucks do on lap 1. Then Daniel is the only reason why he locks the brakes there, because he didn't want to run into Daniel. I don't think that one was all that egregious. He could have stayed in the grass maybe, but he was out of shape until he had the front tires on the track again. Anywho, that makes things a mess. Scott Rankin obviously has to pit. Most other trucks don't have to pit, but they probably will. We got 50 laps to go from here. Some drivers might try to stretch it. 7 trucks on the lead lap. Sure, a number of 1 lap down trucks will take a wave around here. Wolfenbarger's going to stay out.
You, Scott. Coming on the outside here.
Wolfenbarger stayed out. Lucas has stayed out. The top two pit.
I think it was going to be half a lap short. And I don't think it was going to make it on field. But she was going to be tired. I was going to try it.
I would like to see it played out. It would have been interesting.
Oh, Lucas, you just had to fuck me.
Rankin beats the 3 out. Man. Travis Martin comes out in 6. So 3 trucks stay out. Hoytsma and the Shine trucks.
You can't be friends anymore.
Gatlin Downey looks like going to be the only wave around outside the Lucky Dog. Beach got that. Martison will bring it to the pit lane since he's not going to get the wave around with Lucas staying out. Wolfenbarger also stayed out. I wonder if Wilson's saving gas right now. That truck sounds off.
Lucas, I owe you dinner.
That truck is off.
And did they?
Brad Wilson coasting around the track. Fires it back up on the straightaway in 4th gear, obviously. Gets it rolling enough.
Listen, guys, it sucks, but I had 2 choices. Either trap half the field and lap down and be safe in the playoffs, or take a risk and take a set of tires early.
Lucas has to do what's right for Lucas to do. I don't think Lucas did anything wrong.
Respect your option.
And Wolfenbarger and Wilson did the same. Scott Rankin came down, bolted on tires, filled up the tank, comes out 4th. Thomas Green leading most of this race. He'll come out in 5th. He came down for the 4 tires and fuel, been the fastest truck all night by a wide margin. Now finds himself 3rd. You never know what's going to happen in these races. Our first caution coming well into the race with about 50 to go. Travis Martin on a lead lap in 6th. Casey Graves in 7th. Travis Martin, I think, just filled up the tank here. I think he had just taken tires a couple laps ago. A 4-second splash of fuel for him. 4 tires for Graves. 4 tires for Lucky Dog Andrew Beach. He'll be the last truck on the lead lap in 8th right now. Martison, Floyd, Deal, Scheer, Banky, Llewellyn, Downey. They're all trapped 1 lap down through the pit cycle. They're going to hope this race gets kicked crazy and get a lot of Lucky Dogs here.
Everybody.
That is the 9 of JR Dior. Doing his thing. Offering up the cheers. Did Scott go back down the top off the tank? Yes, he did. Scott Rankin gives up his track position to fill the tank one more time. I don't think you'll see the 60 the rest of this race. He's going to try to go 47 laps. So unlike Wilson Wolfenbarger, those trucks have decided that they are going to go for it.
A black clear. I'm not sure if Cliff's going to get here in time, so we'll see.
As Cliff Mullins has repaired that truck and gotten back out on track. He has to pass Andrew Beach, according to that radio you just heard. Let's see on the 60.
Yeah, on the restart, I might need it.
Cliff pushes Andrew up the track.
Alright, he's here.
So here we go. Whole new ball game. Lucas Hoytsma, Garrett Wolfenbarger front row. Stay out here. And Lucas gets the launch. He's going to hope for a lot of caution laps and try to save all the way to the end. Thomas Green, Garrett Wolfenbarger. Thomas has been the fastest truck all night. Roll the outside line and try to...
Are you fine, Beach, or you still need one?
Get back to the lead.
I am good. Cliff got to me. Thank you.
Thursday Night Football still tied 7-7. Thanks, John. At the end of the second. Side by side to 3 and 32. Battle it out for second. Oh, Matt Banky's crashing in the background. That's going to be a caution for sure. That collects Andrew Beach late. See what happened to Matt Banky. Behind JR Deal, loses the back end, overcorrects into the outside wall. Andrew Beach nowhere to go. Hard into Banky, hard into the inside wall, and that is going to be a rough night for the 71. It's Andrew Beach pinballed through there. I think that car may have picked up a meatball, but we'll hope he didn't. That is tough. Let's go on board with them and ride through that.
Well, that's a bummer. I was going to try and see if I could really stretch it to 45.
Well, if Scott did enough, he'll stay out here. Everyone else might pit to make it to the end. Andrew Beach off of Banky and into the inside wall. The fender flapping around there. He's probably pretty disappointed at that one. He was trapped in 8th on the lead lap. TJ Floyd was ahead of that. Should get the lucky dog provided he didn't make contact with anybody. Casey Graves is going to come down, fill up that number 4 truck. He'll be done pitting for the night. Andrew Beach on the pit lane as well. Scott Rankin should move up to the 6th spot. There is TJ Floyd confirmed getting lucky dog in the 49 truck. He'll get back on the lead lap in that playoff truck. Report on the 35, that truck's out of the race. And Cliff Mullins stands to pick up one more spot. If he can stay out there another 14 laps. And Cliff just hoping for attrition and get every point he can. Try to make the next round of the playoffs, but it's starting to look pretty bleak for the 37. Lucas, race leader. Thomas Green, second. Garrett Wolfenberger came in as the points leader. He's sitting third. Brad Wilson in fourth. Travis Martin fifth. The only non-playoff truck in that top 5, the 3 of Green. And you have non-playoff truck Scott Rankin sixth. And playoff contender Casey Graves seventh. And then TJ Floyd and Andrew Beach. Andrew obviously taking a lot of damage repair. Pace truck's coming around turn 4. We'll see if it is a meatball or not for Andrew in pretty short order. If he is still sitting there when the field comes by, it is going to be a lap down for that 71 truck. Matt Banky definitely still sitting there. We got the report he is out of the race. Like Andrew Beach is down and away, so fortunate not to get the meatball. They cut that left front fender off that truck. Doesn't look like it's too horribly towed, but it doesn't look great either. You can see it's a little messed up. He's going to keep out there and keep getting after it. Last truck on a lead lap in 9th. TJ Floyd will have to let him by, so he'll restart 8th, but I don't know how much truck he'll have to stay ahead of TJ Floyd. Lights still on the pace truck. Lucas is riding around as our race leader. Let's have a quick chat with him. Lucas, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's been an interesting night, and, well, you find yourself up here in the lead. Thomas Green going to be restarting on your outside, been the fastest truck of the night. You got anything to hold him off?
Well, got better tires. He's been fast all night. No, but we're playing the safe option. I know track position, I'm not going to lose too much of it with the older tires, so just playing that game right now. I know some guys think they can make it on fuel. If it goes green, they probably will, and I'll probably finish a little bit behind, but, you know, I'm playing it extra safe right now so I can go to next week feeling a lot better.
Zan 4, thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Report from the 97 race leaders. Lights are out on our pace truck. Let's see if we have. Yeah, we'll let him be. That's gotta get over the chat in here. We'll leave him be for now.
Hey, everybody behind me here in this outside lane, I've got 5 minutes of optional left, so I'm probably going to drop like a rock.
And there's a report from the 71.
Rest in pieces.
A lot of damage on that 71 truck.
Yep. On this episode of Darn Lap Cars.
Field works his way down the backstretch, half a lap till we turn him back green. Had gone the whole race caution free. Now he had 2 back-to-back. JR deal with his cheers. Hopefully they remember now the trucks that put on new tires, which I don't think any did here. But they're a little bit loose in the first couple laps. Hoytsma gets launched out of turn 4. And we have Wilson Wolfenberger bouncing off each other's door for third. How many sets is a great question. Wolfenberger gets by Wilson for that 3rd spot. You have Martin battling Rankin for 5th. trying to find your answer. See if he actually said 4 total sets. So the ones they started and 3 in the pits. Benke saying 4 in the pits. So that is different from what the report is in the admin channel. Wilson looked inside briefly on Wolfenbarger, nothing doing there. Martin held onto the spot over Rankin. Fuel will be a question mark on Hoytsma, Wolfenbarger, and Wilson. After those cautions, it's less of a question mark for the trucks of Thomas Green, Travis Martin, and everyone on back. Trucks in the best position for fuel obviously are going to be Margison, Deal, Downey, and Llewellyn, who all came down this pit stop. Also Andrew Beach in that category. And Casey Graves. All those trucks hit the pit lane on this last caution. Nine trucks on the lead lap, 14. You count our 1 lap down trucks. Matt Benke out of the race in 15th. Cliff Mullins still running 16th, 16 laps down. 7 laps till he moves up around Matt Benke into the top 15. Travis Martin just had a twitch off of that corner coming out of turn number 2. Back into that truck, stepped around. Tells me he's downshifting in 1 and 2 already. Let's ride with Thomas Green as he hunts down race leader Lucas Hoytsma. .38 laps to go. Down the back stretch into turn 3. Oh no. Lucas has had a blink. There he is. Lucas, one of the all-time winningest drivers in SRL history. Knows a thing or two about trying to hold on to track position. Thomas Green's been the dominant truck tonight. Drop back to Scott Rankin. Let's move up to Travis. And then Brad. They're all kind of spread out. The real action's up here. Shagad Downey. He's working on JR Deal. It's a battle for the lucky dog. Jeremy Scherer has it. That white and green machine up ahead. All these trucks are trying to get it from him. Check in on Andrew Beach. No, he has all that damage. Cliff Mullins putting a pass on TJ Floyd. TJ probably wondering why he just got passed by a truck with 16 laps down. It's Casey Graves battling right behind JR Deal. Deal again battling for that lucky dog. There is Scott. I know Scott was trying to save fuel. Not again. And we're back. Yeah, Scott's clutching it way early and just coasting it into the corner. Apologies for the connection tonight. I don't know what's going on with Verizon, but it's not been a good night for them. Right at the start-finish line, pushing in the clutch and coasting that truck into the corner. Then using engine braking, slow it down a bit. You push it in, it sounds like a Prius. So quiet. That is 6th place Scott Rankin. Right when we try to go to Lucas, he blinks out. Thomas Green trying to put the moves on for the lead. Has that Chevrolet down on the inside, wrapping the bottom. He's going to coast it up in the middle. They're both going to try and straighten out corner exit. Green gets a little out of shape on the inside. That'll allow Hoytsma to get back to his inside when he's not blinking. Everyone fighting through something tonight. Lucas has got the blinks. We got the blinks. It's been that kind of night. Thomas Green trying to wrap the inside out of 3 and 4. Get back to the point. Lucas putting up a fight. Doesn't want to just roll over. And Thomas Green going to charge corner entry and drifted up the hill. A bit of a slider. And that'll be the point for Thomas Green. I don't know if Lucas is going to put up too much of a fight. Say that, he does look back to the inside. Lucas is going to drive it on in there. Green gives him plenty of room in case he washes up. And Thomas will have the preferred line out of turn 4, and that should do it for that battle. Thomas Green back on point with 100 laps complete. Garrett Wolfenbarger, Brad Wilson, they haven't fallen off too far from this lead group. And Travis Martin in the top 5. A lot of playoff contenders in the top spots, except for the lead. And Casey Graves riding in 7th, 3 seconds back. I think he's trying to save, as is Scott Rankin. TJ Floyd, last truck in this group. There's a bit of a gap back to Andrew Beach. Remember all that damage he had. Still has that left front fender missing off that 71 after the contact in that Matt Benke crash. He rides 9th. Margison's the next one to catch him. Margison is 25 seconds back off the lead lap. He's battling Gatlin Downey. This is the lucky dog battle. Downey and Margison, a couple of playoff trucks. Side by side across the stripe for the 10th spot. Gatlin Downey on the inside, Margison up top. Ooh, little contact there on corner exit. Gatlin Downey doing a good job not getting turned to the right there. Margison uses momentum, gets back to the outside. Gatlin going to dump air on that rear spoiler of the 55, trying to slow him down on entry. Football game. It's 14-7 just before half. Bengals on top. 28 laps to go here at Gateway. Margison, told you he's hard to pass. Hangs on to that 10th spot. Mullins has moved past Benke in the scoring, so Mullins up to that 15th spot. Daniel Llewellyn sitting on the pit lane. Llewellyn is out of the race. That'd be good for Mullins. I didn't see anything happen to Daniel, but might have missed it. And the left side looks a little banged up on that 23. So he sits on that pit lane. So Daniel can't get that truck back out on track. That'll be another spot for Cliff. Move him up to 14th. Try to minimize the damage. Thomas Green, Lucas Hoytsma, Garrett Wolfenbarger, Brad Wilson, Travis Martin, your top 5. And Scott Rankin, Casey Graves, TJ Floyd, and Andrew Beach, lead lap trucks. Beach heavily wounded, but was trapped on the lead lap, so he's trying to maintain it. Currently 16 seconds behind the field, it's about half a lap down now. Margison rides 10th, first truck a lap down. Gatlin Downey, J.R. Deal, and Jeremy Scherer. Your 1 lap down machines, and Daniel Llewellyn sits on the pit lane 12 laps down. Cliff Mullins continue around 16 laps down. Not a lot to talk about right now. Thomas Green's been dominant tonight. Lucas decided he can't make it to the end. He's hitting the pit lane. The CTC truck not able to make it to the end on fuel. He has to pit here before the end of the race, and he thinks the other drivers do not have to. Lucas had 31 laps on that truck. Garrett Wolfenbarger has 32 in his. He would have to go 56. That's a tall order. 32 laps. Lucas hit the pit lane. Try to get the most use out of the tires when he goes down, I assume. And a lot of them will have to. I agree with that assessment. Looking at the lap counts, Garrett Wolfenbarger probably be your next one. Bradley Wilson coming down now. 34 was the lap call from Trenton. Some of these guys were trying to push to 40 and beyond. Caution came out at, what, 50 to go? It'd be interesting. Very, very interesting. A lot of trucks on the pit lane. Thomas Green, your race leader. Garrett Wolfenbarger and Travis Martin all on that pit lane. Scott Rankin's been saving fuel this whole time. He has nothing to lose, so he might just go for it in that 60 truck. We'll see how long he can stay out there. He needs to go another 21 and a half laps. And hear him right there. Already has the clutch pushed in, just coasting it. He's going to do his damnedest to make it to the end. Casey Graves, I believe, was trying something similar, and Graves has more fuel in the tank than Scott Rankin does by 3 laps. So we'll see if Casey's able to stretch it. After that, it is TJ Floyd, Andrew Beach. Then you have Thomas Green, who's already been to the pit lane in 5th. So that is where it all cycles out. And there is a yellow on the track. Oh my. Was it Jeremy Scherer? Jeremy Scherer coming out of the pit lane spins out.
If that was on me, I'm sorry.
I don't know how that brought out the caution. I don't know if anything else happened, but that's what I seen. I don't know if this helps or hurts Scott Rankin, to be honest. I mean, I don't see anything else happening. I think it had to be Jeremy Scherer there. That is crazy. He was nowhere near the racing surface. Interesting. Scott Rankin on the access road. Is he pitting or is he just taking the shortest way around? Never know with him. Alright, he's pitting. Casey Grave also pitting. TJ Floyd and Andrew Beach all hitting the pit lane. So that means Thomas Green will stay out.
Damn, Casey, you and me were going to win that one, bud.
Well, I only had a shot at going the distance because I screwed up and took my last set of tires last lap. So that's going to suck.
There you go. No tires left for the 4 team. He'll take fuel only here. True Speed Toyota.
I think I was going to be like 2 laps short anyways.
Well, thought he was out of tires, but he just took tires, clearly. I don't know if it was lefts only or what, but that truck was in the air. A lot of wave around trucks. Cliff Mullins just cuz. Jeremy Scherer. I mean, two laps down to 1 lap down, as is JR Deal. Gatlin Downey will go to the lead lap. Andrew Beach getting damage repair. You had 5 minutes of optional to go, so he's going to sit there and get as much as possible.
I'm just trying to take the sweatshirt off.
Who brought out this caution? It was the 15 spinning on the pit exit. Well off the racing surface, so kind of stupid. 3rd caution of the night. iRacing's turning into NASCAR. We'll throw it for anything. After the driver's taking the white flag, then the caution coming out the other night, and then this, yeah, this is very NASCAR. Next thing you know, we'll give drivers like 2 minutes to sign a contract for the next 6 years. Say, sign it or leave. Wait, a fun flag. Someone put a piece of tape on the track. They're going to throw a yellow to pick it up. It's been there for years. I don't care. What an interesting turn of events. This Casey Graves confirmed 8-second stop. That is 2 tires. I think 2 left side tires went on that 3 truck, if I got that correct, because that truck was in the air. So two left side tires it looked like for that 3 truck. Interesting. And 4 fresh tires for Scott Rankin in 5th and TJ Floyd 6th. Brad Wilson 7-second stop in 8th. Wolfenbarger also a 7-second stop in now 8th. Lights are out on our Chevy pace truck. 16 to go when we turn him loose in half a lap. Thomas Green back out where he's been most of this race. Thomas took 2 tires on his last stop. Hoytsma 4 tires and Travis Martin 4 on their last stops. And 2 left side fresh tires on the Casey Graves truck at white number 4. And then 4 brand new tires on Scott Rankin and TJ Floyd. What a mix. A lot of different stuff going on up here with the front. Thomas Green, the number 3, has control of the field. He gets the launch here early. He'll try to check out from Lucas Hoytsma, Travis Martin, and company behind. Graves going to give up the spot to Rankin. And Rankin has the freshest tires of everybody. Into that 4th spot he goes. Brad Wilson battling Casey Graves. That is for the 5th spot. And here comes TJ Floyd in the 49. Point leader coming in, Wolfenbarger, right on TJ Floyd's back bumper. And I think he gave him a little push coming out of turn number 4. Trying to get him down the straightaway. TJ Floyd got a little out of shape. Top 3 nose to tail. Green, Hoytsma, and Martin. Then we watch this battle between Rankin and Wilson. Wolfenbarger trying to pick up the spot on Graves. Wolfenbarger now working TJ Floyd. Trying to pick up 2 spots in 1 lap. Not quite able to get in the inside. Up front, Lucas Hoytsma putting the moves on Thomas Green for the race lead. Got the run down the straightaway and into the inside for the corner. Rankin and Wilson battle back there for 4th. Hoytsma still putting pressure on Thomas Green. Remember, Hoytsma has slightly better tires than Thomas Green does. Now the corner is so hard to make a pass, and it's going to get tougher and tougher as laps wind down. Now 13 to go at Gateway. Travis Martin waiting in the wings, seeing if they make contact, seeing if anyone messes up. Hoytsma just about has him clear here, and he does. Lucas to the lead. Thomas Green tried to keep his foot in it and smack the outside wall. That's going to give Travis Martin 2nd. Thomas Green falls to 3rd. Scott Rankin's gotten by Wolfenbarger and Wilson. Wilson's the one he got by. Wolfenbarger just moves up to 5th. Wilson dropping back. Lost the spot to Rankin and to Wolfenbarger. Rankin has the freshest tires with the times winding down quickly. TJ Floyd now pushing Wilson down the straightaway. Teammates at Shine battle one another for the 5th spot. TJ Floyd in the wings. So many playoff trucks towards the front of this field. Hoytsma out front. Travis Martin hot on his heels. Both these trucks fresher tires than Thomas Green. Green probably ruining not taking 4 tires when he came down last. Here comes Scott Rankin, who pitted this most recent caution with 4 tires. He's trying to close down on all of them. Thomas Green's going to put up a heck of a fight, and I think Hoytsma and Martin might get away far enough they won't have to contend with Rankin. Scott setting him up on corner exit, enters the corner high, drives it down the hill through the corner, trying to set up onto the front stretch inside the number 3 Goodwrench truck. Has the nose of that Wannagoons Ford in there. Green drives it way up the hill. Scott keeps it nice and tidy around the bottom, has the pass complete. Now has 9.5 laps to try and run down the leaders, Travis Martin and Lucas Hoytsma. We'll keep an eye on that gap, currently 9.95. Back to Scott Rankin and Thomas Green. Then you have Wolfenbarger, Wilson, TJ Floyd, Marchison in 8th, Casey Graves in 9th, and Andrew Beach 10th. Gatlin Downey still on the lead lap in 11th. J.R. Deal, Jeremy Scherer there in a battle for the lucky dog there in 12th. Cliff Mullins has passed Daniel Llewellyn, up Cliff up to the 14th spot. Scott Rankin lost ground to those front 2 in that last lap. May have been pushing too hard in that number 60 on the last lap because he gave up about 1/10 of a second. He got better at the line, down to 1 second even. He's got to make up more than 1/10 a lap. Travis Martin putting the pressure on Lucas Hoytsma. If they get the racing, that would help Scott. It's forward 1, 2, 3 right now. Travis Martin able to run a little lower than Lucas through 3 and 4. We'll see if that helps out long term. Rankin losing ground that time, so I don't think the 60 is going to be a factor over the long haul. It would take a mistake by both these drivers to get Scott up here. Oh, Travis way out of shape coming out of turn number 2, and that is going to help Lucas get away. Travis Martin couldn't get the power down smoothly out of turn 2. Lucas Hoytsma picked up 2/10 as a result. It is not Scott. There is no win in advance in this series. Not for this. Regular season, yes, but from playoffs to playoffs, no. You gotta have the points. Top 5 remain unchanged. Travis Martin trying to close back in after he made that rare mistake. He's definitely gaining ground on Lucas. Travis not the type that it would move somebody, but if he can get the truck in position, it could be fun. 5 laps to go from Gateway. Ghostman just keeping the pressure on. It's our top 2 trucks. Nose to tail. Scott Rankin a distant 3rd. Gained a little bit of ground, but not enough to matter. Travis Martin lost ground coming out of 1 and 2. It's like Lucas doing a really good job getting that truck to rotate and gets that truck down the straightaways quicker. Gives it up a little bit in the corner, then gets it back on straights. Scott's not done trying. I just don't think he has enough time. Gap's down to 6/10 between himself and Travis Martin. It's almost a full second to Lucas Hoytsma. Lucas across the stripe. 3 laps to go from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Gateway out in Missouri. Gotta say it Missouri. If you don't say it Missouri, people from Missouri get real mad that you didn't say Missouri. Lucas leads the way down the backstretch over Travis Martin and a distant Scott Rankin. And there's Thomas Green, who's been the dominant truck all night long. Absolutely had the field fleeced until the caution started coming out. And a 2-tire stop has put him back into the 4th spot. Travis has 2 laps to try and do something with that number 97. He's got the truck to the inside, coming through the corner. They're door to door, but Travis not the type to make contact. Lucas is going to throttle up. Travis had to lift not to hit him. And that might be all she wrote, as this gap is ballooning now to almost 4/10. Travis gave it a shot there, but as we said before, Travis not the type to make contact. He'd rather back out of it and finish second than put the door to Lucas. White flags in the air. 1 lap to go. Travis really drove it in there deep in the corner. We're going to try and make something of it. Thomas Green sliding that number 3 truck around. But it is all Lucas Huisma. A race that did not look like it was going to go his way. Then all the cautions happened late. And Lucas Huisma will bring it out of turns 3 and 4 at Gateway. And the number 97 will pick up another win. And there you go. Lucas Huisma gets the win. Travis Martin second. Scott Rankin third. Thomas Green.
Trying to hunt you down there at the end.
Garrett Wolfenbarger. Brad Wilson.
I thought you had me there with you to go.
Margison. TJ Floyd.
So you had
Casey
to
Graves.
intentionally wreck me. I see how it is. Not an intentional. But thank you, Cliff, for the bump early. I appreciate that. You're awesome. But that's just uncool, TJ. Uncool at all.
Margison seems very displeased about this.
You don't give a shit.
About it. I could have intentionally wrecked you out of 4, but I didn't.
That's a good point. If you're going to tent wreck, do it for position. Lucas Huisma, your winner. Let's get the whiny brats muted. Right, Kenny? Lucas avoiding everyone coming in to celebrate. Let's go get a word with our race champion. Lucas, DG, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, didn't look like it was going to go your way for, I don't know, 3/4 of the race, and then here you are in victory lane.
Yeah, I got lucky on the pits. Got lucky that I got that first caution to even get me close to Thomas. And yeah, I'm out here in victory lane. I didn't expect this, honestly. I thought a nice 2nd or 3rd place finish would be my night here tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see something break your way. Finally been a rough week for you, so good to see. Congrats on the victory tonight. Thomas Green looks by the points, or by the time in his box, looks like he took 2 tires on that last stop, where you and Travis took 4, and that seemed definitely to be the difference. Do you think so?
Yeah, when they came out, I think Wilson, Wolfenbarger, Green, they all came out with 2 right in front of me. I'm like, guys, I don't think that 3-second lead's going to hold up on me. And then the caution came out. I'm like, well, that's even better.
Well, there you go. You're able to use those 4 tires to your advantage. Daniel hasn't completely destroyed your truck yet. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for your win tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Just shout out to Quinn and 712 Brakes, Randy, best drummer in the world, you for broadcasting, and everybody for racing me clean tonight. Travis could have punted me there, but he'd never do that. Travis is one of the most stayed-up racers in here. Everybody else as well. I mean, it's just a fun night here at Gateway. Always a good time.
10-4. Well, congrats on the unexpected win. Certainly a good time. Glad you were able to pull that one off, and we'll see you sometime tomorrow night, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, bud. Take care.
Thank you.
Lucas Huisman, the 97, picking up yet another win. Still second winningest all-time driver in SRL history. And this will help him try to catch that number 1 fella, Blake. Hopefully, we can see that get to be a close race once again. I'll go track down Mr. Travis Martin.
I was trying to... Oh, hi.
Hi. I was trying to what?
How's it going?
What were you trying to do, huh? What were you trying to do? Tell me.
I was trying to save tires more than fuel, and then on that last run before I had pit, I was like, uh-oh. I thought I could make it when we first started, and I could, according to my tracker, and then my tracker did me dirty. And then I pit, and the caution came out at the perfect time with the leader right behind me, so I was already on 4. So I got real lucky there. And then racing Lucas there at the end was a lot of fun. I got under him there with 2 to go, but just got a little loose, and last thing I wanted to do was wipe him out, so I kind of had to lift there. But a couple more laps, maybe.
Well, you're a gentleman and a scholar, because 99% of this league would not have lifted there, and that's why we love you.
Nah, I more people than you think would lift. Come on.
Well, it wouldn't have been your teammate Michael Edwards, we'll say that. All right, well, congrats on that P2 run. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for that awesome P2 finish tonight, sir.
Thanks, dude. DGSRacing.com. Make sure you join all the leagues. 1023graphics.com for the scheme, and also Mr. DGS for updating it. Appreciate that. I think that's it. Love everybody's faces, and especially your face for broadcasting. So thanks, dude. I'm excited to watch this one back.
We got McConey on the truck. You gotta shout that one.
Oh, McConey, dude. Love your face. McConey Setup Shop.
I got you.
Go grab some, dude. Dude's doing well.
We got you taken care of. All right. Congrats on that P2 run tonight, and I hope you had fun.
Thanks, dude. A lot of fun. GG's.
Travis Martin and bringing it home P2. Now we'll go pick up Scott Rankin. Scott in the 60 truck, bringing it home P3. Scott, DG, you get a copy?
Yeah, dude. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Looked like you changed your strategy about 4 different times tonight. Looked like at one point you may have been in the catbird seat with enough fuel to stretch it to the end. I really wanted to see if that was going to work. But unfortunately, a string of cautions there changed everything a few different times for you, and you still brought it home third. How'd you get it done?
Look, I mean, that first run of the race, that big long green flag run, I was tracking to be about a lap to a half a lap short, so I just needed to find that. And based on pace, I think we were going to finish about 4th. So look, we tried something. I said from the get-go, I was just like, screw it. It's been a wacky week. Let's have some fun. I love fuel save races. I really love it. It's one of my strongest aspects. So it's something I've worked on over a number of years, and I love just being able to show a different technique. So different way to get around the racetrack, different way to stride. And you're 100% right. I looked at the numbers that second to last green flag round. I looked at the numbers, went, oh, we can't make it. I started off looking at the numbers going, oh, it just needs a little bit of fuel saving and I'll make it. Yeah, this should be really, really easy. I should be able to do it from here. About 2 laps go by, looked at the numbers again and went, oh, no, I'm about 10 laps short. Never mind, I need to press on. So pressed on for about 5 laps. And then I looked at the numbers again and went, oh, wait, no, I do need to save. Now I'm in trouble. But yeah, we were going to make it. So I'm frustrated. 2 nights in a row, we've had one of the fastest cars in the field. And yeah, we got 1 dub here. I'd like to put a 2nd dub, in NASCAR stuff alongside of it. But this week's just not my week.
10-4. Well, congrats on a strong P3 run. You get the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for that?
Yeah, want to say big shout-out to Brad Patton at the moment. One of Goons' oldest drivers, and not many people get to see him around, but the guy's a real treat, and he's getting married at the moment. So a few of the boys are down there at his wedding celebrating with him, so I want to say big shout out to him. To all the One to Goon guys, especially you, DJ, for coming on board and being just fun to race with. If anyone hasn't seen the broadcast from DG's perspective, last night's Cup Series race, strong recommend. Was a fun race to be in our chat for. I want to say big shout out to McConey Setup Shops. I want to say big shout out to obviously the entire team over at the One to Goons. Give me a second. I'm just getting my truck up so I can actually read them directly off the truck. Neuropower, Logitech G, oggear.com.au. Got some fancy new gloves I'm really happy with, and Frisbie Racing as well, who's he's done a supreme job repainting all my cars. So I can't say big enough thank you to him.
10-4. Congrats on the strong P3 run tonight. Get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of the night. Hopefully we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Enjoy the rest of my night. DG, no, I don't, no, we don't do it that way.
Whatever day it is for you, I don't fucking know. You're in upside down backwards world down there. I don't know. Your toilet's flushed the wrong direction. Your kangaroos kick you in the face. Mate, I don't know. Just put a shrimp on the Barbie and get the fuck out of here.
All right, can do.
Scott Rankin in the 60, bringing it home P3. One of my teammates. Why I can harass him so much. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Let's look over the final results so we can get on out of here and enjoy the rest of our nights. We have Lucas Hoyes, Travis Barton, Scott Rankin, obviously on the podium, all Ford podium, rare to see in SRL. Then Thomas Green, Garrett Wolfenbarger pick up 4th and 5th. Brad Wilson, Zach Marchson, TJ Floyd, Casey Graves, and Drew Beach round out the top 10. Page number 2, Gatlin Daly, Jeremy Sherrick, J.R. Deal, Cliff Mullins, Daniel Waller, Matt Benke, Jake Lawrence, Quinn Newton, and Dave Hoitzma. Dave, unfortunately, having some issues with the shoulder, had to retire early. Quinn Newton got way behind the field, didn't think the caution was ever going to come out, so he bailed. Similar story for Jake Lawrence, got out of shape and didn't want to be running by himself, so he bailed. Matt Benke hardened to the outside wall much later in the race, and unfortunate end to his night, and those fast repairs in the series. So interesting night out there for everybody. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Thanks, Kenny Frisbie and the Wanted Goons, for helping us put on the broadcasting this season, and, well, for welcoming my dumbass into their team. That's always an interesting time over there. I hope you get to check us out some more. We appreciate you, and we'll see you back here next week. And tomorrow night, we have some Friday shenanigans, 3 different series. Week 13 for IndyCar, for the Super Speedway Series, and for the GT3 Series. Should be a good time. Come back and check us out then. Thank you so much, and have a great night. Okie dokie, that wraps up the YouTube. Now it's just a Twitch stream. What is up, everybody? Get the music back on.